because Zoom is having one of his "I'm going to be a Velcro dog today" moments. Well, I've been racing around like a nut since I got up this morning. As I suspected, it took me a while to get Zoom out because sometimes he doesn't go right away. And I have to walk him around for a little bit because he's been lying down for 8 hours. Takes him a while to get going. And I walked him around on the other side of the complex because yesterday my neighbor let his dog out and she completely distracted Zoom. So he went, but then he was distracted and he wouldn't listen when I was trying to pick up the poop. So I went to the other side of the complex, which ended up being a bad idea because the poop made a mess and ended up getting all over. Fortunately, didn't get anywhere where I was sitting, but it got on my foot plate and it got on my joystick, which I wasn't super happy about. So that took 15 minutes to clean up, and that was before I even could put his food down, because I usually clean up my hands before I put his food down. Sometimes I put his food down before I wash my hands, just so he's out of my way, but my hands were really messy today, and so I'm like, I gotta clean this up before I do anything. And so that's what I did. So that took 15 minutes. Sherry walked in right in the middle of all that, and I can't get to where I normally put like my wipes and stuff because I have my bench in my bathroom right now because the lift is out, which is a story in itself. So I had to deal with that. And then I have my friend Jeremy messaged me yesterday. He's like, I'm coming down to Peoria on my way down to St. Louis because he has something he's doing there for the rest of the week. And so so I'm like, sure. And he's like, I'll be there early afternoon. I'm like, fine, we can do lunch, whatever. Well, then I forgot. My dad was like, hey, remember, the hill's out and no one can get down the hill to get to your place. I'm like, great. And then the way to get to my place with the hill out takes like 20 minutes. So it's like, great. And then he just messaged me like maybe 10 minutes ago. He's like, just order the stuff and I'll go pick it up. And I'm like, great, okay. And then I was like, I'll send you the money on Venmo when you get here with the food. Because that's usually how we do it if he ends up picking up food that he brings here. My thought is all this stuff's going to be soggy by the time I get to it. So I'm like praying I'm not eating soggy tacos for lunch. I'm probably going to get a taco platter because that's just the easiest thing for me to eat. It's probably 2 or 3 tacos. And, I mean, standard tacos for for this place, they're like enough that it's a lot for me to eat. If I got enchiladas, it'd be a whole nother story because those are a lot more filling than standard tacos. If I have to put the tacos together, it's going to take longer. But anyway, so that's what I'm dealing with this morning. And I'm just kind of frazzled. Zoom's been doing really well. What I've been doing, I mean, and you saw this in the last video I posted, I've been working him on a long line. My biggest problem with the long line, as I mentioned in the other video, was it's a 6-foot line and that's as short as I can make it and still have enough room for him to get out in front of me. So I have the 6 foot, but I have to untangle it every time I use it, which I hate. And what I did yesterday was I had him do pick up on the 6 foot which seemed to work really well. And he'll do anything for cheese. And mom's mom, when she dropped my stuff off yesterday, well, she's like, he'll do even more for a hot dog. And I'm like, she's probably right. But if I keep him motivated, he'll do practically anything. It's just, my biggest issue right now is he gets bored when I'm kind of in between things. And so he'll come and grab something when I'm trying to do something else. And sometimes he's a little bit more wound up than I like when I'm trying to relax. So that takes a little bit longer. And the other thing I've been dealing with him is he's had an ear infection for like going on 2 weeks. But if this does not clear and I can't get the rest of this inflammation to clear and I can't get the crud out of his ears, I'm having mom take him into the vet. It'll probably be on Saturday because she's coming back from, my cousin's on Friday, and I don't want to have her run it. He's gonna have to go in on like Saturday morning because there's no way I can to check his ears because I don't know if he needs to have his ear canal actually cleaned out, and I don't want to try to do that because I don't want to like nick something in his ear canal that I shouldn't. And mom might be able to get his ear cleaned out with a Q-tip. I cannot do that. At least not do it safely. Vets have really long Q-tips that they can mess around and they can get a lot of gunk out of the dog's ear. But I'm not confident enough that I can do that easily or safely. I have a hard enough time getting the drops in his ears, which he is not super happy about that. So I don't know how much of that is still inflammation in his ear canal and how much he just doesn't like having the liquid in his ears, which I don't really blame him because I don't like that either. And I know ear infections suck because I had a double ear infection when I was 17. And I was trying to hear when I was singing, and my ears were so bad I couldn't hear. My pitch was all a mess, and my pitch is a mess anyway. And I literally had a week. I told my choir director, I cannot hear anything. My ears are killing me. They're really stuffed up. And I can't hear anything, even a person that was like 2 seats over from me, I couldn't hear what they were singing clearly enough. And I was trying to pull notes out of the air. That didn't go so well. So it was like, I know how bad an ear infection can be. And his is like almost gone, but if this inflammation is still and his ears look really nasty, I'm probably going to see if he can get into the vet on like Saturday morning because my mom is going to be out of town and she's the one that really deals with the animals coming and going. I wouldn't trust my dad to take him because he wouldn't know what questions to ask if I'm not going up there with him. So I'll probably see if I can get him in on Saturday. If I don't think his ears are clear, they're good, but they're still crazy red. So I don't know if I need a stronger steroid or not. So that's kind of where I'm at. But his pickups are going really well. If he is focused, if I can keep him focused and focused on me, he is really good. I've gotten him to pick up all sorts of stuff. I got him to pick up a fork, which is one of the harder things. We did a kind of a half and half thing yesterday where I wasn't sure if he was going to pick up a fly swatter. So I was trying to get him to focus to see if he would pick it up. He did pick it up and he did give it back to me. The one thing I'm really happy with is he did pick up my wallet. which again is not the easiest thing for him to pick up, because it is quite large. But he did pick it up. He's done really well. His distractibility is still there, but he's getting a little bit better. And he did turn 2, so he's calmed down quite a bit from when he turned 1. But that being said, he's still a young dog, and he's still a young dog, and he's still a little like, woohoo. Like I was walking him this morning and he saw a rabbit, and I'm like, he turned his head, but he at least wasn't trying to pull to get to it. So he's much better than he was, and I'm really happy with where he is. And you kind of get an idea of how crazy my morning was and how he's doing. So that's kind of an update for you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next one.